Good morning. This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.com for Sunday, May 17th. We had the first chink in the bull's armor this past week. We had one of our longest retreats in the market. We're going on about 5 days now. We've dropped about 300 points over that period. Here we're looking at the 15-minute chart. As you can see, we've been bouncing lower on this bullish falling wedge, but the 50-day moving average really hasn't been plunging. This is the largest day retrace we've had since this rally began. Granted, we've had a couple of up days interspersed within that, but here we're looking at the daily chart. 20-day exponential continues to offer support for the market. We need to see a bounce on the market tomorrow. RSI is scroll that up there. RSI, we're still above 50. One positive for the market on this retrace over the last few days, volume has dropped as it has on the previous couple of down moves on the market. The previous couple of big moves down in the market happened over a day or so. Last week we just saw it on lower volume over a couple of days. Stochastics still above 50, so again, we've gone highly cautious over the last few days. We had Abby Joseph Cohen come out. She's almost 100% contrarian indicator. She was bullish on the market, which means a retrace is coming. Whether we see another bounce before that or not, we'll find out by Tuesday. If we flip over to the SMH, been pretty big selling in the SMH over the last couple of days, but again, we're looking at a golden cross coming here probably in 2 weeks if the current trend continues. But we were looking to get back in this around the 50-day moving average. We're going to hold off on that right now. We've actually got eyes on picking up some shorts possibly. So let's see how this acts, or how the market acts over the next couple of days. Bullish percent index, I mentioned this a couple of days ago. This is in the nosebleed section, danger zone. Every time we get up in this area, it is right before a major retrace in the market. Granted, I'm not saying there's going to be a major retrace in the next day or two, but give us a couple of weeks and we should at least see a decent sized pullback in the market. I was actually looking to grab some financial shorts. News came out on Friday. Actually, we're looking at Goldman Sachs chart here. We had a golden cross on this couple of weeks ago, and the stock isn't up that much off the golden cross, and it's been holding its 20-day exponential. And I looked at a couple of other financial stocks, and they really don't look that bad. We've got news supposedly coming in the next couple of days where the government's going to allow the large banks, if they can, to pay back their TARP money. So that might be an excuse for them to at least jam the market a little higher. And if they do, we'll definitely be loading up on some shorts, if not at a minimum some hedges. Let's jump into stock plays right now, though. ASTM continues to tread water in the upper 30s. 200-day moving average and 50-day moving average have sort of baselined here, and the stock is just trading between these two. Once we get a close above 40 cents, this one should be off to the races. It's kind of exactly like how we played this one back in December, just treaded water and then went boom. So, a small little play here that should reap very nice returns in the interim. CDE trading alert on Thursday. This one has retraced nicely. We had a golden cross on Friday and a nice little bounce back to the mid 140s before it retraced in the last hour. This one looks very, very nice. RSI has bounced off 50. ADX still pretty strong. Stochastic still on a down move, but that should reverse higher. At least a move to $1.50 should be seen on this bounce here, and we'll be looking to add anything 130 and under with 125 stops on this one. DSCO, we've been very patient on this one. Last Friday, the stock announced dilution news right before it was about to break out. Stock dropped to 75 cents and then rebounded nicely. Friday we saw a nice little up move on this one, and this one is flashing all sorts of buy signals on my charts. We've got June 2nd as an FDA meeting date. Stock will move into that. Any dips under 85 cents would consider it an accumulation point. Breakout is a move above $1. RSI is starting to pick up. We had a positive MACD cross on Friday. Stochastics are starting to slowly build, as is on bounce volume. This one should be a very nice mover over the next couple of weeks. Biotech tankers, it hasn't had its big bounce back yet from the sell off. We've got an FDA meeting coming. We've got dilution news already out of the way. This one I would consider an accumulate on dips play. ONT, huge winner for us last week. It has retraced. We've gotten back into this one. This is going to be a medium term play for us. We're going to keep a core position in this one and look to pick up scalp shares in this one. I have not seen very many, if any, stocks run big, retrace, and not at least attempt another run back, which is what we're expecting on ONT this week. So we should see at least a bounce back to the mid 50s on this one. I would look to add it 45 cents and under, would look to accumulate more shares. I'm going to make a quick mention on ELN. This is a 2-year chart. The stock looks to be forming another W on its chart, and we've got a major long-term downtrend line that the stock is trying to break out of here. We've got a nice trend support as well on RSI. Pull this one out and just go to a regular view. Again, the last W formation, when we ID'd it, it was in the mid sixes, and it ended up going up about 40% over the following couple of weeks. We've got a similar kind of setup here again, and this one could make another move on the 200-day moving average. That's at 796, so we'll be keeping a very close eye on this one in the next couple of days. MNI trading alert on Friday. We got this one before its last big move up to 97 cents. It's retraced back to support again. Would consider an add anywhere around under the 60-cent area. Stops 50 cents, and a target is a bounce back to 75 cents on this one near term. Stochastics have gotten below 20 and are oversold and ready for a rebound here. Sirius hugging its 50-day moving average here. It's down 7 days in a row. Very slow bleed. We've been seeing quite a bit lately. Stocks bouncing big off their 50-day moving average. This one should go this week, and we should see at least a move back to the 200-day moving average. That is at 46 cents right now. Another, large or small cap with large flow play is Vonage. We had a huge win on this one a week ago. This one is coiling very, very nicely in my opinion. RSI has started to bounce off 50. We've got a couple of days of very nice support here. 50 is the breakout area on it, and we're looking for a bounce back to 60 cents on this one near term. ADX remains very, very strong. On bounce volume strong. Stochastics are nicely oversold, and this one just is set up nicely for a nice snapback rally this week. Quick mention on XOMA Zoma. Huge move on this one on Thursday. Volume was massive again on Friday, almost 40 million shares. We entered a little scalp position towards the close around 83 cents. Stocks like this that have massive volume, like we saw on XOMA on Friday and on Thursday after hours, they rarely give up the goose immediately. Just look at CTIC, and I can mention a bunch of other little biotech plays where big volume come in, obviously hedge funds moving in, and then it saw a huge move over the next few days no matter what the news is. I'm thinking the same thing is going to happen here, and we're going to see at least a move to $1 plus again on this one. Stops 70 cents, so we've got a little bit of downside on it, but we're looking for a nice little snapback on it, and plus we've got some nice cushion on it from our earlier scalp wins on it. I was looking for a couple of short plays for us to start entering in. Maybe just for some of you guys not ready to short yet, just stick it on your radar and paper trade it. This one is FTEC Fuel Tech. It's down big since its earnings report a couple of days ago, but this would be a play on the rule of 10. The rule of 10 is when a stock breaks 10, it almost always sees a move to 8, the 8s. It might be 8.99, but it sees a move to the 8s. So this one would be considered a very small scalp short play. Stops would be 10.50. Target is $9. So for most of you guys, just keep an eye on this one. We're going to start throwing out some more short plays. You don't have to play them, but it's time to learn them. Another one to watch is WTR. This one went ex-dividend on Friday. I mean, they're going to do a dividend payment, so the stock sold off. Those who were in got out, and now they'll get their payment. A breakdown on this one would be 16.46, and short target would be 15. running out of time. That's it for the video. See you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.